Today is a big milestone, or one of the big milestones in my life. This is episode 25 of Future by Design. And when I started this back, I guess almost 6 months ago, my intention was to create a series that I was going to use to tell you about my travels, share my journey in Italy, and it was supposed to end when I got back, but I've been back now for almost 2 months. And when I got back, I decided that what I was creating was something really cool. It was a lot, or very much in line with the goals that I had for myself and the purpose that I had newly defined for myself in my life. And so I decided to continue with these episodes, and now here we are at episode 25, and it's really cool. I just realized that episode 25 is being shot in the same place, in my parking lot in front of my office in my little Fiat 500, the same place that I shot episode 1. And we're getting close to the end of the year. I've been finding myself right now thinking about what I've accomplished this year, and that I'm in the home stretch as far as the year is concerned, my fiscal year, but also the year that I set for my goals for myself annually. And there's a couple months left in the year. December is, a little bit tough because the holidays are around the corner, and we're actively working on things in our business or I am anyways, for client appreciation, and also getting ready for next year. I'm rolling out some really cool stuff with my business planning with purpose course, which you'll be hearing about very soon. And it's a time for planning for next year, but I'm still in the home stretch. I set some pretty lofty goals for myself this year, and I'm proud to say that I'm at about 89% of those, of hitting those goals. And I actually could probably take my foot off the gas right now, because I've had bigger accomplishments this year than I've had probably in the last 10 years. So it would be really easy to say, you know what, I'm good. I did more than I ever thought that I would do. But that's not good enough for me. I'm a trailblazer. I'm unrelentless. And I don't want to stop. I want to keep going, and I want to push through. So what I've been thinking about a lot is ways to keep my momentum going and to finish strong. And like I just said, because of everything that's been happening, it's easy to have fading momentum. So how can I end with a bang? How do you in your life end things with a bang? It's the end of the year, but at the end of any cycle, or the end of any challenge or period of time that you've given yourself to accomplish something, whether it's the end of the year or any other time in your life, how do you end with a bang instead of with whimpers? How do you stay focused? How do you smash through the goals that you've created for yourself? It's easy to succumb to pressure when you're in the home stretch. So how do you stay focused and finish what you started with clarity and purpose? So there's a couple of things that I know to do, and that I want to share with you today that hopefully will help you. The first thing is to make a list. I know we're probably done with making lists, but lists are something that are very great tools. But I'm talking about making a list to identify what's important to you. And not just a to-do list, but you also want to make what I call a just say no list. What are the things that you say yes to that you shouldn't be saying yes to? The things that are taking up your time, that are not moving you towards what it is that you want to accomplish. So make a to-do list and a just say no list, and then just start to attend to those things that are critical, because the things that are actually going to move the needle in your life, in your business, towards accomplishing your goal, those are the things that are most important, and that you should focus most of your attention on. Then the other thing that you want to do is take a look back. Sometimes you have to take a look back in order to get ready to move forward. And when I say take a look back, I mean literally take a look back. So some of the things that I'll do is I'll take a look back through the calendar. I'm a paper person, so I do have a paper calendar. So I take a look back through my calendar, and I look at the people that I've met, the appointments that I've had, some things that maybe got started that I never finished and I've forgotten about. Another thing is I'll look back in a notebook or a journal for when I just started. So taking a look back at the notes that you made when you began to have those ideas of setting your goals, because that's the time when your enthusiasm was the highest. And it will remind you of the things that you maybe could do that you had said that you were planning to do, but you maybe never really got around to because you started getting busy. And those things fell to the wayside. So that's something that you can do. And the other thing that looking back does is it creates opportunities for reflection, and it also makes you realize what you've accomplished. And when you know that you've accomplished something, then dopamine gets released in your system and it makes you feel good. And it will often give you a lot of a sort of a recharged energy to move forward. Another thing is to be realistic. So, I mean, it's easy to say, oh, I've got 60 days left in the year and I'm going to smash the 60 days. But realistically, December is probably not going to be 60 days. You could probably write off the last 2 weeks of the year because you're going to be attending holiday parties or working on client appreciation things or things of that nature. So be realistic. A little bit of realism goes a long way when you're getting towards the end of a goal. And don't plan on actively working on anything new that you can't finish. The holiday season definitely is going to create distractions and opportunities for things to go wrong. So you just want to be cognizant of that and not over promise yourself about things that you want to accomplish. People say, you know, reach for the moon and you might hit the stars. But again, adding a little bit of realism to that is not gonna hurt. Also, too, you want to finish strong. It creates the beginning of December. Finishing strong is probably only gonna allow me to work really full out until the beginning of December. And my plan, even though there's 60 days left in the year, is to turn those 60 days work or progress into about 40 days or 45 days, and then use the rest of the month to recharge and to plan for, you know, the coming year, January, or if it's not a year thing, then to plan for what it is that your next goal is. Something that I did today, because again, I'm in this, how am I going to get through to hit that actual goal or even to smash that actual goal? I don't have a lot of answers for myself sometimes. So what I did today is, or what you should do is you can look outside for answers. By looking outside, I mean when you're stuck in your head, go to someone else's head. Sometimes bouncing ideas off of your friends or a coach if you have one, or people in your life that believe in you or that have a different perspective can often create a whole bunch of new ideas. I had a great conversation with my very dear friend Storm this morning, and she gave me a whole bunch of ideas that I hadn't even thought about, which not only gave me great ideas but also gave me a new energy, sort of recharged my batteries a little bit and gave me a direction to move in. So seeking advice, counsel from your tribe. I say your tribe is your vibe, your winning team. Who are the people in your life that you know are people that can help you get to the next step? Go to them and talk to them about what you're dealing with and see if they can come up with some answers for you. Another thing too is self-care. We forget about this, especially when we're pushing. It's important to renew your energy and your energy levels during that crunch time. So, you know, doing something, accomplishing something, and then maybe going for a 5-minute walk, or, you know, spending some time watching a movie or something after you know that you've accomplished something, as a little reward, but also as an opportunity to give yourself some me time. Maybe listening to some relaxing music, making plans to share like a healthy meal with a friend before going on and continuing your work for the evening. Whatever it is that reduces stress, makes you feel rejuvenated, and allows yourself a little bit of me time. Also, remembering your why. That's a really important thing. This is where the rubber hits the road. And when I talk about setting goals with meaning, exactly what I mean is that. In final thoughts for you, the law of momentum states that an object in motion will stay in motion until it meets a resisting force. Don't be the resisting force in your life. Know yourself as someone that you didn't know you were, and that will open a lot of doors for you. So keep pushing forward, and you probably surprise yourself.